guys, welcome to the Everett Silver Show. We have exciting guests as we do every week, and so I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm always bringing it to you, so thanks so much for staying in tune with us. Stay connected. You're watching the Everett Silver Show.
Hi, Everett.
Bring Everett.
Well, listen, Parker, Bethania, thank you so much for being here with us. Appreciate having you.
Thank you for having us.
Listen, folks, I'm telling you, the Iconic Shore franchise is kind of heading Beverly Hills for the South. MTV's highly anticipated new series, Buckhead Shore. I caught up with two of the stars, Parker Lipman and Bethania Locke has been with us. And so let's talk about the show. I guess I'll start with you, Bethania, because you seem to be the voice of reason in the group, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I try to be. I think when they do take my advice, they do pretty well, but sometimes, they don't listen to me. So I try my best.
She's the mediator.
Parker, talk about, are you talking about, man, are you headstrong or what's going on, man?
It's not that I'm headstrong. It's just that, like, I want all of my best friends to have a good time at my lake house, and I don't want anyone to feel left out. But that completely comes back to bite me right in the ass. Oh my God!
Now talk about, because exactly, it's moved though to Beverly Hills. What do you expect, man? You think it'd be more fun, more stuff to do? What?
Well, when it comes to Buckhead, I mean, it's very fast paced. Like, there's always something going on, and for the last 10 years, as a group collectively, we've always gone to my lake house to get out of the city. So this go around, we all go up there, and some serious drama unfolds. I mean, it was a lot.
Well, just talk about that, Bethania. When you think in terms of just, seeing true friendship, where it may go, it have ups and downs. Is anything surprised you?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we are a very tight-knit friend group. So we do try to talk things out and come back together when things do go down. But things got a little testier this summer just because everyone was so close, and the two girls in the house that Parker was involved with are best friends with everyone in the house as well. So I don't know, it was a little too close to home this time, I think.
Yeah, because I know there, as you say, Parker, you want everybody to have a good time, but sometimes there's some hearts going to be broken, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't advise anybody invites two people that they've been with under the same roof that the feelings are there. It was a lot.
Right.
Just wait. It gets. Did you see the first episode?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you kind of already got a gist then. You know what's gonna happen, dude. But it gets.
Yeah, I don't
worse.
want. I normally don't like to give. Yeah, I don't normally like to give it away because I know I get a lot of stuff, man, up front.
Okay, yeah. Then
You've seen more than us. We don't know what to expect.
Yeah. We haven't seen it. We don't even know.
Yeah. So, but but listen, when Bethania, when you think in terms of your background, I mean, I love your, Ethiopian Jamaican household. I know you're eagerly to kind of find venture, because normally you seem to be a venturous person, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think this season you'll see me trying to gain my footing outside of my family and try to become more independent, while also navigating this friend group as well. But I think a big part of my story was trying to find my purpose and have the support of my family along the way. And they've been really supportive through it all.
And then, Buck, I tell you, you're especially navigating both girlfriend and, like you said, living under one roof. I know it's going to be an exciting season. I want everybody to make sure that they know Buckhead Shore premieres, though, Thursday, June 23rd, 9 p.m. on MTV. And Parker and Bethania, give you one last minute things you want to say to promote the show.
I mean, this is the most raw show I've ever been. I mean, it's the first show, but when it comes to being real and just like I said, raw, I mean, this is the show to watch because it was very weight bearing. It was a very hard experience to go through because there are so many different emotions and personalities under the same roof. And you'll get to see that on the show.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a different format than the other shore shows because we are so close, we know each other, but you're going to see a really tight knit family trying to figure out their lives, coming all from different diverse backgrounds, and really just trying to have a good summer.
Oh, and actually, one
Well,
last
I
thing
tell you,
too, I want to add to that too is like I feel like a lot of the things that happen on this show that the viewers that watch this will, in a sense, relate to it because it's probably something that they've gone through in the past as well.
I will concur with that, man. I can tell you that they won't be disappointed. There's going to be something to say, wow, I've been through that. Exactly right. Again, want to appreciate Parker Lipman, Bethania Locke has been with us. Buckhead Show, you'll make sure you catch it. Premieres again Thursday, June 23rd, 9 p.m. MTV is where you want to be, guys. Thanks so much for doing the show.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Bye bye.
Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning into the Everett Silver Show. Stay tuned. Don't turn that dial because we got more exciting guests right here on the Everett Silver Show. Be back in a moment.
Hi, Everett.
Craig, thank you so much for doing the show. Pleasure to have you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, folks, from the Emmy Award-winning producers of Intervention comes a new series which spotlights growing mental health issues and A&E's digital addiction. I have the wonderful privilege of speaking to top coach of the series and former addict Craig Parrish with us about, frightening and damaging world of digital dependency. And I tell you, Craig, I got to start by saying, man, this is going to be an enlightening series. It already has been for me, just to say where we've come from this global pandemic. Just things are going on has forced us into isolation and caused what? Talk about this show, man, and your role.
Yeah, what I love about this show is it is so relatable. Not everybody
Yeah.
can connect with the heroin addict or with the alcoholic, but I think we're all going to see ourselves in this episode that airs on Monday. Two late 20s twins, young men, dynamic, engaging, talented, at their lowest point. They're addicted to video games. They've lost themselves in pornography, and they're sinking lower and lower and lower. And I think the show is going to be really relatable to a lot of people, and they're going to see themselves, wait, that looks like me a little bit. And hopefully that'll inspire them to take action and do something about it, because status quo is so easy.
Absolutely. And Craig, what I've learned, I had some opportunity to look at some of the pilots or the things that are going on, man. But they'll talk about, though, you're discovering as well some underlining or hidden things going on, maybe low self-esteem. Talk about those issues.
Yeah, at the root cause of every client that I've ever worked with, thousands of people, 27 countries, Everett, it's low self-esteem. And that's what people are numbing, coping, and escaping from. So it's so important. And yes, put the phone away, digital detox, all those things are great, but people have to address the underlying root cause issues that are driving the dependency in the first place. In my experience, that's low self-esteem.
Now, talk about it. Do you think that this has caused us to get away from being personable, Craig? The digital age, man, has gotten us all. There are times you can go to restaurants, we're all engaged, supposed to be there together, but you see more people on the phone. I don't care where you're at, the same things are happening. What do you think has gotten us to this point? Why is it so addictive?
Well, it's so addictive because it's so awesome. We are bearing witness to the greatest transfer of wealth and information in the history of mankind. And these devices, companies are spending billions of dollars to take more of our time and to take more and more of our money. They call it the race to the base of the brainstem, my brainstem, your brainstem, Everett. And the apps and the devices are literally getting more and more addicting every day. And it's a challenge because it's so interwoven into our reality, and we need it. We need technology. So using it responsibly, reducing screen time, all those practical things. I think you're going to see and this show does it, a new focus on digital health. like spiritual health to emotional health, physical health. Well, now we have digital health because it's so important and people are losing themselves.
And then, Craig, lastly, from your expertise, man, I mean, you're the coach. You've experienced it. You now have just transformed lives all over again. People are going to see that as well. Talk about from a coach perspective. What last thing you want to say? And I know there's warning signs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The warning signs are people isolate, they hide, they lie, they get defensive. Start small. Digitally detox yourself. Some people might only be able to do it for a half hour a day, an hour a day, but set small attainable goals and start reflecting on and asking yourself, am I using technology in a healthy, constructive way? And if the answer is no, then do something about it.
My man, I tell you, Craig Perra, what a wonderful to have. I tell you, the Star Digital Addiction, guys. It airs Monday, 10 on Mondays rather, 10 p.m. on A&E. You want to make sure that you're there, man, and catch it. It's going to be one. I'm telling you, you're going to be glued to the set. And what a pleasure to have you again, Craig Perra. Thanks for doing the show, Craig.
Thanks for having me, Everett.
You're welcome, buddy. Bye-bye.
More guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. Be back in a moment.
Hello, Everett.
Thank you so much for doing the show. Pleasure to have you, sir.
Pleasure to be here with you. North Carolina in the house.
North Carolina is in the house, man. I tell you guys, I have New York Times best-selling author, also outdoor enthusiast, baratunde Thurston is with us. And I tell you, you guys have an exciting 6-part travel and adventure series going on. Tell us about what's going on, man.
Yeah, we have this show, America Outdoors, airs July 5th on PBS. And I got to travel the country for 6 weeks in the summer of 2021, making this 6-episode series featuring a really diverse set of Americans and our connection to the outdoors. And when I say diverse, that's such an important point because a lot of us have this image of the outdoors and there's like a silhouetted man on a mountain with a scraggly beard and a big staff. And instead, I spent time surfing with like 30 Black people at once off the coast of Los Angeles. It was like Wakanda on the waves. I got to spend time on the Appalachian Trail with a woman who set the record for hiking that trail as fast as is humanly possible. I got to spend time with Mark Thompson, a paralyzed man, as he navigated me down the New River in Appalachia. And I got to spend time with the first people of this nation, the nations that predate the U.S. nation in terms of various indigenous nations that have been here. So I got to learn alongside of so many different types of people who have a deep connection to the country through their deep connection to the outdoors.
It's so amazing because you talk about Baratunde, how Americans kind of work, play, and interact. And when you talk about, there is a difference between just being outdoors, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when we, some people have to work outside. And so I spent time with like this rancher. I spent time with a crabman in the Chesapeake Bay. I spent time with this group of firefighters. They work in their wildland firefighters, all formerly incarcerated. So disproportionately Black people. And their relationship with the outdoors is pretty complicated, as is Black people's in general. The outdoors is where we are forced to work. And now I'm interacting with people who were also forced to work when they were incarcerated and do our dirty work, try to save our homes, even as they're denied access to a humane version of their own. But now these folks are out. And this guy, Royal Ramey, set up the only program in the country that certifies formerly incarcerated folks to be able to work in fire departments. They make it so very hard if you have a record to have that kind of job. And he's working to overcome that. And the level of peace and joy and community and value that he and his crew feel, for being able to serve their community by saving homes from fire, it made me tear up. It made me tear up, man. It's really beautiful to see.
Baratunde, I was thinking as you were talking and just listening to some of your dialect, is that, man, you are no stranger to, New York Times best, selling author. I remember How to Be Black and How to Citizens with Baratunde, but do you think some wonderful stories will come out of this experience?
Yes, amazing stories will come out of this experience that hopefully will connect with viewers and spur their own amazing stories. For me, the most emotional story that came out of the show was actually right there in North Carolina. We were visiting the Great Dismal Swamp, and I didn't know much
Oh, okay.
about it. The name doesn't sound attractive. It's called Great and Dismal. That's not some. It's not like a tourist
Right,
attraction
right.
that I want to stop in on. But I was brought there by a brother, by this black dude who has an ancestor who worked in that swamp, and he discovers
Wow.
more of this history. The swamp, George Washington was a shareholder in a company trying to drain this swamp and turn it into cotton and sugar fields where we'd be forced to work. All right, that's basically
Wow.
his deal. It didn't quite work out that way, and because the swamp was so impenetrable, it became a safe haven for black folk freeing slavery. And they set up these maroon colonies in the swamp, building on the legacy of the indigenous folk who had lived there for thousands of years before. 50,000 people lived in this swamp over about a century. It was a major stop on the Underground
Wow.
Railroad. I got to visit that swamp. I got to visit one of these islands. When I stepped foot on the island, the sun came out. It was
Mm.
a magical experience. And, I can think of the outdoors as a traumatic history. I can think of the outdoors as a place where some people don't think I should belong and want to call the cops on me. I can also think of the outdoors as the ultimate site of liberation, for
Right,
mental health,
right.
for physical health, for spiritual freedom. And I got all that in that visit to the Great Dismal Swamp. So appreciation to you for, your state tax dollars going to keep that thing going. And make sure you, get in on that history too. There's so much for us to be found in the outdoors, more than just bugs.
Well, Baratunde, I tell you, you told me something I didn't know, man. I've got to really do some research and search that out as well. But congrats on your nods on Emmy nominations there, on the work that you've done, from even what you've done from The Onion, produced from The Daily Show. But I want everybody to know America Outdoors with Baratunde Thurston premieres, I believe it is Tuesday, July 5th on PBS. So check out your local listings where you are. Baratunde Thurston, thank you so much, sir, for doing the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
More guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back in a moment.
Hi,
Hi,
Everett.
Joanne.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Always a pleasure having the show. Well, folks, my guest is with us, and summer is upon us, and we're talking tips on how to refresh your summer. Entertaining games, or whether hitting the beach, or just a casual night around the fireplace. But joining us with some goods, lifestyle editor Joanne Butler is sharing some of the top sparkling waters you want to stock up on, and some delicious kind of takes on fad cocktails and also mocktails for the summer. So where do we start, Joanne?
Yeah, well, this is one of my favorite topics here, Everett. And we've made some really refreshing cocktails and mocktails, like you said, with Waterloo sparkling water flavors. These are just so delicious and scream summer and just put me in a good mood because they're perfect for elevating every occasion. And you can drink them straight out of the chilled can or make a cocktail with them. It's just so crisp and refreshing. And you'll feel good about drinking them too because they're sugar-free, calorie-free, sweetener, and sodium-free. Just purified sparkling water with non-GMO natural flavors. So really a win-win, better for you option. And what I love too, Everett, is this brand really crafts their sparkling waters like a fine wine. They actually have in-house Waterloo flavor artists, which is really neat. And they have 2 new summer flavors that are particularly great. The Waterloo Blackberry Lemonade Sparkling Water. They call it a dynamic twist on classic country lemonade, just complex and ripe with juicy blackberry notes. And then the Cherry Limeade Sparkling Water that has a blend of lime citrus and bright red cherries, notes of grenadine, pomegranate, and orange citrus. So really yummy. Just truly authentically fruit-inspired taste and aroma here, just next level. They call it full flavor perfection for full flavor living. I love that. We all say that at Life Minute. And it really is, it matters what you're drinking. So let me show you what we made here. We made 2 yummy cocktails. This is the blackberry lemonade. You just fill a glass with ice, about an ounce of peach puree, some fresh peach slices, top it with the lemonade, and you have this delicious, refreshing cocktail. If you want to turn it from a mocktail to a cocktail, it tastes great with some light rum, just about, an ounce and a half. And then here we made a cherry limeade. You just take a cocktail shaker, you muddle some raspberries, strawberries, a little lime juice. You top it off with a cherry limeade, give it a good stir, add a lime, and voila, there you have that. If you want to make this one a little stronger, it tastes great with some vodka. And you can also add a drop of simple syrup if you like. If you like them a little sweeter, I tend to skip that because I just like the natural sweetness. And you can pick these waters up at Whole Foods, at Target, Kroger, Albertson, Safeway, so many other places. Definitely check out their website, everettdrinkwaterloo.com. They have a ton of great recipes like these for all their sparkling water flavors. They have a total of 4. Oh, I lost them all. You there still, Everett?
I'm still there. And
There
listen,
you are.
you have wonderful things. It was the audio was a little weak, but where do we need to go? You got any last minute things you want to say?
Yeah, just check out drinkwaterloo.com for some great recipe inspirations. And enjoy your summer, your first day of summer.
Well, again, folks, I want to thank my special guest. Again, our lifestyle editor, Joanne Butler, has been sharing these wonderful tips. Make sure you go to drinkwaterloo.com for further information. And you know you go to lifeminute.com TV, lifeminutetv.com. So make sure you do visit those sites. Joanne, always a pleasure.
You too, Everett. Thanks for having me.
Hey you guys, Kendra here. Welcome to another edition of Beauty and Inspirations right here on the Everett Silver Show, where it is our goal to inspire you from the inside out. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's get started. I'm going to show you some spring and summer fragrances I think will be great additions to your collection. First up, we're going to the House of Mugler. This is Angel Au Croisière 2019 edition. This is tropical goodness. You have mango, you have grapefruit, you have pralines, and you have patchouli. You guys, this is just so great. If you want to feel like you're on a tropical island, check out Angel Au Croisière 2019 edition. I also have a sample of Au Croisière 2020 edition. This is fig nectar and magnolia, as well as patchouli and praline. Again, you're going to feel like you're on a tropical island with these fragrances. So check out the House of Mugler, Angel Au Croisière 2019 and 2020 edition. Next up, I have a fragrance for those of you who like wood notes. This is Swiss Arabian's Anara Oud. This is great. This is notes of peach and raspberry, oud, vanilla. This is so wonderful. This reminds me of a nice vanilla sundae with fruit on top. So check out Swiss Arabian's Anara Oud. So the next 2 fragrances I'm going to show you come from the House of Dolce & Gabbana. First up, I have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. This is for you ladies out here who like crisp, fresh fragrances. If you like apple and lemon, this is right up your alley. This is apple, this is lemon, this is wood notes. This is real good, very refreshing. For you gentlemen, I haven't forgotten about you. I have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Pour Homme. Again, you've got lemon, apple, and wood notes. I think this will make for great, refreshing fragrance to add to your collection, gentlemen. So check out Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. And the last fragrance that I'm going to show you is a rose scented fragrance. You know, for the springtime, I definitely think about roses and all kinds of blossoms of flowers. I have for you Parfums de Marly de Lena. De Lena is a delicate yet complex fragrance. You've got lots of notes: Turkish rose, vanilla, bergamot, rhubarb. This is so good, you guys. You can wear this to many occasions, many events. Let's say for weddings, this is perfect for weddings and brunches, teas. Very delicate but complex scent. If you're looking for a signature rose scent, why not check out Parfums de Marly de Lena. This is it, you guys. My spring and summer fragrance is coming to you. And until the next time, you keep it beautiful and I'll keep inspiring. God bless.
More guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back in a moment.
Hi, Everett.
Hey, Julie, thank you so much for doing the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm sorry you missed the call me in mid-cough, but glad to have you. Well, folks, my special guest is with us. Summer's here, and we're talking about the season's hottest accessory, nails. And so joining us with the scoop on how DIY the season's must-have trends from Sally Beauty, nail expert and also Sally crew member Julie Russell is here with us. And so you may know her as what is that, Julie? Is that Jontin Julie?
Jonty
Something on
Julie.
YouTube? All right, you got to tell us about that one now. And what is his first step about nails?
Yeah, so this summer is the perfect opportunity to experiment with taking your DIY nail game to the next level, and Sally Beauty is going to be there for you every step of the way. Sally Beauty is a one-stop shop for the huge assortment of professional quality products for the DIY enthusiast. They have an expansive lineup of over 350 shades across their dip powder and gel products, plus everything you're going to need to prep your nails for a long-lasting manicure that's going to have your friends asking, "Where'd you get your nails done?" And you get to tell them you did it yourself. So no matter what nail look you're going for, Sally Beauty has the products for you with exclusive brands like Beauty Secrets, ASP, Nail Boo, and Finger Paints.
Now, when I think about Jonty Julie now, what do you recommend for DIY success, and how does Sally Beauty support that?
Yeah, so Sally Beauty has all the tools and the products you're gonna need to get started, but sometimes you need a little visual aid, and Sally Beauty has awesome resources for that. We have a DIY University series that covers everything with hair care and hair color, and this month we're launching a Nails 101 series, and I'll be hosting that, and I'm so excited to share with you everything you need to know to get started with your nail journey, and you can find that on our YouTube page.
And then lastly, I guess when you think in terms of that, Julie, what trends are we seeing for the summer now, though?
This summer, we're seeing a lot of trends inspired by the Y2K fashion trends, like color blocking and candy colors and the French manicure and a mix and match mani. The French manicure is back and it is hotter than ever. And since it's summer, why not try swapping that white out for a neon shade and just having fun with it? And while you're at it, maybe try dip powder. I know dip powder sounds a little intimidating, but trust me, you can totally do it at home, and we have an episode all about that coming out soon on DIY University. I have a mix and match mani right now, and it's just a fun way to have fun with color, get creative. I have on different patterns and prints and colors, but you can do whatever you want, and now is the time to try it.
Well, we got to know where we're going. I know we got to go to Jonty Julie on YouTube and Instagram, but where else do we go?
Yeah, so for all things nails, head over to sallybeauty.com to shop our professional quality products, and make sure to check out DIY University with our Nails 101 series on Sally Beauty's YouTube channel.
Got to do it, sallybeauty.com. Also, I want to thank again Julie. Russell has been with us. Jonty Julie on YouTube, Instagram. Make sure you check her out. Julie, what a pleasure having you on the show, and thanks for doing it.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Seems like forever is coming. I can't believe it's happening to me.